Hey guys, welcome to the 3.6 notes, compound inequality. So basically what we're doing today is just doing the same exact thing that we've been doing, just we're adding 2 for each problem. So the first thing you need to write down is a compound inequality, so the thing in red, consists of 2 distinct inequalities joined by the word and or. Okay? So compound inequality. So let's jump right into it because I think that's the best way to actually figure out how to do these things. So problem 1. What compound inequality represents the phrase graph the solution? So all real numbers, okay, so let's just call that x, okay? So all real numbers x that are greater than negative 2, okay? So x is greater than negative 2, and so we have x is less than 6, okay? Less than 6. So we're looking for numbers that are larger than negative 2, but greater than negative 2, but less than negative 6. So the first thing we want to do is we want to write this in one statement. Okay, so when I write this in one statement, my negative 2, my lower number goes here, my higher number goes on this side, so negative 2 here, and then x goes in the middle. Okay, so we have our negative 2 here, our 6 over here, and our x in the middle. Now you just need to actually read it out loud and move your signs. So we have x is greater than negative 2. So I want my sign to be facing towards x, and then we have x is less than 6, so less than, okay? So here is my it's what's called a compound statement, okay? So we, once again, just wrote down our statements, put them all into one simple form here, okay? Now we graph. So here's my number line. Now instead of using the 2 numbers that I did before, 0 and whatever number it was, now I actually have 2 numbers. So I can just write down those 2 numbers, okay? Then we know our circles are open, okay? And here we cannot follow our rule where we shade towards the arrow, okay? We have to think of this, okay? So x is greater than negative 2. So we want to go greater than negative 2, which is all of this, but also that x is less than 6, which is all of this, okay? So this overlapping area in the middle here between 2 and 6 is what it's talking about, okay? Let's try another one. So all real numbers, so let's call it x again, okay, that are less than 0, okay, so less than 0, or greater than or equal to 5, okay, so all real numbers less than 0 or greater than or equal to 5, okay, so once again, we have 3 different numbers here, correct? We have 0, x, and 5, so 0 is the smallest, 5 is the biggest, and x goes in the middle, okay? Now we just read our signs, okay? So it's opening towards 0, so we want to open towards 0 again, okay? So x is less than 0, 0 is greater than x, same thing. And then we still have x is greater than or equal to 5, so greater than or equal to 5, okay? So now we make our graph, okay? So I've got 0, and I've got 5, okay? So now when I make my bubbles, this one is open, okay, while this one is closed, okay? So now we have x, or 0 is greater than x, okay? So x is actually less than 0, so let's plug in some numbers, like negative 1, negative 2. So we're going to shade this way. And then x is less than or equal to 5. I'm sorry, I wrote this the wrong way, guys. Strike that, reverse it, okay? I see my mistake here. So this is actually this way, my bad, okay? So x is greater than or equal to 5. Just keep it the same here. My apologies. You'll get over it, okay? So x is greater than 5, so numbers like 6, 7, 8, 9, all of these numbers here, okay? Once again, sorry about that, it's a quick mistake, okay? So now let's jump to problem 2. If I get this out of here, there we go, okay? So now we have solving a compound inequality and, okay? So what are the solutions of negative 3 is less than m minus 4 and m minus 4 is less than, okay? So my red line is one equation and my blue line is one equation. So let's write the red one. So we have negative 3 is less than or equal to m minus 4. okay? And we have m minus 4 is less than -1. Okay, so you just solve these individually and then graph them together. Okay, so the first thing I would do on this one would be add 4, right? And so we add 4. So I get 1 is less than or equal to m. Okay, I need to switch this around because m's on the wrong side. So I have m is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, and then on my blue equation, I add 4. I add 4. Okay, so m is less than 3. Okay, so now when they come together, I've got this equation and this equation. That's the whole, I don't know what that is, guys. It's early in the morning. It's 6:21 a.m., so my apologies. Okay, so 1, 3, m. Okay, 1, 3, and m. M is greater than or equal to 1, so m is greater than or equal to 1. M is less than 3, so m is less than 3. Okay, so here's our equation. We draw our graph. Okay, we have 1, we have 3. Okay, so circle filled in for 1, but it's an open circle for 3. Okay, so I know m is greater than or equal to 1, so we're looking for numbers all the way this way, right? And then m is less than 3, so we're looking for all the numbers this way. So where they overlap here, okay, this is our answer. Okay, where they overlap here, that is our answer. Okay, so make sure to write all this down. And guys, I know this is kind of confusing. We're going to spend plenty of time in class today going over how to do all this stuff, so do not worry if you're still a little confused. I want you guys to try 2. Okay, I want you guys to try 2. Okay, problem 2 here. What are the solutions to this? It's the exact same thing. Try it, put it on paper. If not, write or put the question mark, and we'll go over it in class. And our last one that we're going to do today, keep this video short for you guys, because I know we just took a test today, and I'm being mean. Yeah, Mark. Okay, so what are the solutions to 3t plus 2 is less than -7? And, or excuse me, -4t plus 5 is less than 1. Okay, so on this equation, the first thing I do is subtract 2, and we get 3t is less than -9. Okay, divide by 3, divide by 3. So we got t is less than -3. Okay, so there's one of my equations. And then on this equation over here, we subtract 5, so -4t, okay, less than -4. Okay, now we divide by -4, and what happens when you divide by -4? Well, we get t, we get 1, but we have to flip our sign because we divided by a negative. Flip your sign when you divide by a negative. So, real quick, let's graph this thing. I've got -3, so that goes first. I have 1, that goes first, and t's in the middle. Okay, so once again, we can't just move our signs over. That's just not how it works. You just have to actually read it. Okay, so t is less than -3. So we want t to have the less than symbol towards it. Okay, and then we know t is greater than 1. Okay, so t is greater than 1. That one actually stays the same. Okay, so I know t is less than -3, but it's also greater than 1. So when I graph, okay, we've got -3, and we have 1, open circles on both of them. So t is less than -3. So what are some numbers less than -3? Well, -4, -5, -6, all these numbers this way, okay? But it's also greater than 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this. So it's also this way, okay? So that is, real quick, I want you guys to try this one down here, okay? Once again, we'll spend plenty of time going over this. I know it's kind of a weird concept, but I spent a couple days on this. So if you don't get it right away, don't worry, don't panic. Okay. So once again, if you have questions or something, put your question marks down, and I will see you guys in class in a few hours.